Hi, welcome to ecopenny, where we're saving the earth one tip at a time. Have you ever wondered, how can I grow my own veggies? What's involved? What do I do? Well, watch this video to find out. Growing veggies is really good for the environment. You're not having all the packaging and whatever else is involved with getting veggies from the supermarket. It's fresher, it's got less chemicals, less pesticides and all that sort of thing. And just a nicer feeling to be able to just grow your own veggies and actually make a meal with stuff that you've grown in your own backyard. I've got the seedlings ready to go, which is going to be pretty cool. These cucumber ones have been grown from seed because they didn't have some seedlings. So they're probably about a week old and they're popping up. Just in potting mix in little recycled flower pots. Here's some more cucumber that they actually had recently, so I bought them anyway. Got some spinach, Roma tomato, and little cherry tomatoes, and black cherry tomatoes, which are interesting. Haven't used those before. Capsicum, Mad Hatter variety. It produces little capsicums, so they're useful. We can just use one or two for a meal instead of using the whole capsicum and having half of it left over. And some chilies. I've already planted 2 of these in the herb garden. Had to buy a pack of 6 though, so I've got 4 more left over. I might give those away. Some aloe vera here, which will be going somewhere else. So they're just in little pots at the moment as well. So I've broken up the soil yesterday. Mixed some dynamic lifter fertiliser with it too. So that's one veggie garden. And those sprinklers, they come from the house's rainwater tank, so it saves a bit of water. There's some strawberries at the back from last year. Some kale in the corner from last year that's still going. And these rows, they go north to south. So it's south that direction. That way they get the best sun during the day. You've got the little gaps in the middle, of course, where you can walk down them. And it means the garden veggie beds are actually raised a bit to where the veggies go. So before you start, just put the little seedlings where you think they're going to go, because it takes a little bit of time to arrange where you want them. When you're happy with it, then you can get planting. Mulch is sugarcane mulch. Advantage of the mulch, it keeps the moisture in the dirt when you water it, and also reduces the chance of weeds coming up around the veggies. Also looks good too. So there you have it, just needs to be watered. Got the old herb garden at the top, that's from last year. Aloe vera is newly planted there, got garlic, oregano, mint, there's a kale from last year, strawberries from before. I'm going to try and pick those when they're ripen before the birds get them. Got the seeds of the cucumbers growing in here. Seedlings of cucumbers. Tomatoes. They'll have stakes of bamboo put up there when they're a bit bigger to keep them upright. There's the capsicum, that'll have a stake eventually. Potatoes, spinach in the bottom here. Don't like using chemicals, but have to put some snail pellets down just to reduce the snails and slugs from eating all the veggies. This is a good way of stopping earwigs, using flaxseed oil in a container. I'll put some holes in the container. Just using a hot soldering iron, put some holes for the earwigs to come in. They love eating the oil, and that gets rid of them without using too many chemicals.
Be careful of the hot soldering iron. It's hot, obviously, and do it outside. There's no chemical intoxication, vapours. This is a trick taught to me from Christine from Bathurst. Just put some flaxseed oil or equivalent oil in there and whack that in the veggie garden with a rock on the top of it. Churned over the dirt in the veggie garden, put some fertiliser in yesterday. Now planted all the seedlings and the seeds, put the mulch around, snail pellets, done the flaxseed oil little traps of the earwigs. Next thing to do is to water. The house's rainwater tank drives these inbuilt sprinklers here, which is really cool. So I'm going to use the shed's water tank, which is water tank number 2. This will be a video in the future too, with my trusty pump. I'm going to use that to give it a nice water. This is the most satisfying part. Big job's done. To water all these new plants. You have to water them more frequently when they're new. You can do it every week, every few days once they're more established. And you can sit back and enjoy some fresh veggies in the future. Nothing like having sandwiches of fresh cucumber and tomatoes, or cooking a meal of some spinach and kale and other veggies and capsicum. It's a good feeling, good for the environment, and good for yourself. So apart from the snail pellets, this is all organic. There's no major chemicals, which is good, which your commercial veggies bought from the grocery shop often have chemicals and God knows what in them, especially if they're from overseas. So all this is rainwater collected from the shed, watering them in. The veggie garden's been going for about 6 weeks now. I'm ready to harvest some spinach. I have to fight the rain and quickly dash out and get some. Yeah, I've got my spinach fresh from the garden. That will be for dinner tonight with some other veggies. Yes, my spinach with some other veggies, tuna and pasta. Delicious. Okay, the tomato seedlings are too big now, so I've got to thin them out and put stakes in to help them grow better. It's too many growing at the one spot here, so I'll probably thin out half of them. The stakes will support the tomato plants because the tomatoes will be too heavy and they'll fall over. A few healthier, stronger plants. So look for what's been here. Got some green ones down there. Won't be too long. Yeah, Roma ones just then. These are cherry ones, little round ones. And there should be some dark cherry ones up this end. Black cherry. In a little while. The cucumbers are starting to grow now, getting a lot bigger, taking their time, getting a lot bigger now. Just got a nice batch of strawberries today, beautiful and succulent, delicious. It's the end of January now, well into summer. Let's see if there's any cucumbers and tomatoes growing. Wow, got some cherry tomatoes, nice and ripe and red there, and some Roma ones here, ready for picking. I've just trimmed all these tomatoes, so growing out of control, so they're not too big, and I've also put these metal stakes in to give a bit more support. They're getting heavier now. Initially they had bamboo stakes, now they're getting too big for their bamboo stakes. These are from Bunnings in Australia. Called a Regency stake. I'll have to start picking now. And the cucumbers are spreading around, growing a lot bigger. I've just moved the vines onto sort of clear areas of the veggie garden. They were starting to grow on top of the strawberries there, so I've pulled them back and moved them all this way. And there's a few nice big juicy cucumbers there. So I'm going to have plenty of cucumbers in weeks and months to come. Capsicums are growing good. These are the little Mad Hatter small variety. They're still green, so I've just got to wait a bit longer for the capsicums until they start to turn red. Potatoes are growing a lot bigger now too. I'll just trim those a bit so they're not too much out of control. Spinach is nice and big now. There's a nice harvest there, some Roma tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, and nice cucumbers there ready for a salad. Roma ones are these bigger ones, cherries, as the name suggests, little smaller ones. Let's see if there's any ripe capsicums. Wow, there's some ready to pick. Got 2 of them there. That's the Mad Hatter variety. So they're quite small, so you can use 1 or 2 in a meal and not have any wastage.